Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Stand Tall. Welcome. It is August 9th, and following up with our alternative translation where all three of them from the past couple of days are put down into one sentence. So August 9th, this is a good one. If, on the other hand, in the midst of difficulties, we are always ready to seize an advantage, we may extricate ourselves from misfortune. I love it because just in a personal experience recently, and I mean, not that I'm like too fired up about it, but on Facebook, I made a comment to a meme about like hard work, and people are like, "Well, you're just lucky," and it's like, "Well, no, I'm not. I'm not lucky. I just chose not to stay down when I got knocked down by life. I just chose to try to find the good in every situation, even if the situation is a bad one. There's an advantage that can be gained, and it all depends on your perception. And so, yeah, that's why we listen to music. That's why we go to the gym. That's why we do the things that we do, so that we can always have a structured way of seeing things. Anyway, that would translate: as they consider benefit, their work can expand. Okay, that's yesterday's. As they consider harm, their troubles can be resolved. So I kind of like the original more so than the translated version, because it's I think it's just much more clearer. Like, instead of saying, here's the intelligent leader, he's going to do, the benefit and harm and weigh the good and the bad, and like what can happen in bad. I like this one better. You're more in control in the original one. It just feels like, you have a better grasp of what you need to do, as opposed to your leader. But obviously a lot of us are doing this to become better leaders ourselves. And that, yeah. So let's hop over to the men, the myth, the legends, Ryan Holiday, Stephen Hanselman, and their awesome book, The Daily Stoic. I love it. Grab a copy, keep it on your nightstand. We're going to go over here to August 9th. Stick with just the facts. A meditation from Marcus Aurelius out of Meditations. Don't tell yourself anything more than what the initial impressions report. It's been reported to you that someone is speaking badly about you. This is the report. The report wasn't that you've been harmed. I see that my son is sick, but not that his life is at risk. So always stay within your first impressions and don't add to them in your head. This way, nothing can happen to you. At first, this can seem like the opposite of everything you've been taught. Don't we cultivate our minds and critical thinking skills precisely so that we don't accept things at face value? Yes, most of the time. But sometimes this approach can be counterproductive. What a philosopher also has is the ability, as Nietzsche put it, to stop courageously at the surface and see things in plain objective form. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes, Stoics are superficial, he said, out of profundity. Today, while other people are getting carried away, that's what you're going to practice: a kind of straightforward pragmatism, seeing things as their initial impressions make them. There's like no more of a beautiful verse that can just go direct and hand to hand with the last couple of verses that are either combined in the alternate version. But hence the wise leader's plans: consideration of advantage and disadvantage will be blended together. Here he's telling us to be mindful of, like, not only do you need to go with your gut, just be aware that you might have an extensive thing built on top of your initial whatever, and it's just important to make sure that that foundation is solid. So keep standing tall, keep building those solid foundations. We'll see you guys on the next one.